What is up, everyone? Welcome to Mechs on Deck. Monday, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Thank you. It's a special day.
It is.
It's, chewy. Makes sense, right? I should read maybe at the end. Actually, that's probably like super illegal. But I don't. Where is it? I think it fell. I have like that. What is a Wookiee book? But I'm pretty sure it's like super illegal to just read a book on a stream.
Yeah,
even if it's a children's book. I could show the cover. Although I'm pretty sure it fell. So, but how's everybody doing? Got Brez, Pluto, Wilson, Delphin always, Axot, and Brez always. Thank you guys. We notice.
Yeah, we notice when people are here. What up, Bubblehead Brett? How you doing?
Bubblehead Brett.
Got some pretty cool artisans in.
Is Bubblehead Brett in our Discord?
Mm-hmm.
There's two Bretts. I just want to make sure. May the 4th be with you. Yep. Bubblehead Brett's the one I've been trying to like. So you gonna sell your fluffy unicorn? Archetype Keycaps, what's up, man? If you guys haven't checked out Archetype Keycaps, he's got a really, really, really cool Yoda cap, as well as some really awesome like Leviathan. I think they're called Leviathan. Are they called Leviathans, or did you just do a Leviathan colorway? I need to look it up. Archetype, you can plug your Instagram. It's beautiful.
Some cool stuff.
Cole Crabba, Leviathan was a colorway. Okay. No luck finding the unicorns yet. I did post on Reddit the other day with I got to tell one on Stash. I got super hyped because I saw I had a message and it was just Stash saying good luck with buy. I was like, damn it. It's like, thank you, but damn it.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully you'll find one soon.
We'll get one. We'll get one at some point in time. But yeah, it's been another week in quarantine. I hope you guys are doing all right. Yeah, it is for Abracadaniel, for those who are curious. While unicorns are great, I don't have as much of an affection towards them as my wife does, and that is what it is for. So, Teal Technic, what's up? But yeah, I hope you guys are doing all right, staying sane, staying to a routine, hopefully. So,
yeah, I think a lot of people are doing, like, a lot of places are starting to open up a little bit. Would still be safe, still exercise caution when you are out. Don't be going crazy. I know some people out here have been out doing a lot more, and I'm like,
just
we not
stop. The numbers are continuing to go up.
Yeah.
But yeah, just make smart decisions. It's easy to make a smart decision.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
But we got some cool stuff we're going to be talking about today, talking about some new streamers. Really excited to different types of streaming. And then sorry, I think my Roomba is like squeaking. No, it's fine. And then we've got some cool mail, and then a lot of cool announcements. We've pretty much got our final. We don't have the released schedule. I know Cyrus and I are going to be meeting in the next couple days to finalize the schedule, but we've got all our giveaways and stuff to announce today. So,
yeah, I mean, it's all pretty set up and ready to go. If you're not aware of what we're talking about a 24-hour stream we're doing this Saturday, starting at noon until noon on Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be so much fun.
So, SM Keebs, what's up, dude? What's up, man? CF Canner, always. So yeah, well, let's start with some mail.
Yeah, absolutely. You wanna go first, too?
Yeah, I can go first. I can't really show one of them because you can see it, but here, I guess we can. You'll have to let me know when it's about me.
We're on full U.
We're on me.
You're on
full Chewy.
U.
So I ordered this like forever ago, but I got a long enough mic arm that can go over my monitors, which I can tell you I've been waiting for it and complaining to Eric about it like at least twice a week, because I had it like on my desk in front of me and it covered up half of one of my monitors. And like, when I'm using this, yes, it covers up some of this monitor over here, but I use my computer much more throughout the day. And I don't have my mic out 90% of the time. So that was very nice. And then I got a lovely gift. This is a G-Tune MAF 35. It has Alps clones. So it's nothing super duper fancy, but one of our awesome friends in the Discord, CubeSite, got this when he was in Korea, I believe. And hold on. Sorry. Our little Roomba thing is like literally under my chair wheels.
Sometimes the Roomba, it doesn't know where to go and it just gets caught up and then it's yelling on everything. Yeah, it does have the BAE, the big ass inner.
It does. Oh, almost broke my chair there. So, but yeah, it does have the fat enter, which I really like. It sounds, I was talking about this to Osiris right before. It sounds so bad, it sounds good. It's just so it sounds good. It sounds like that vintage board that you want, but it also does not sound appealing. I did jack up the space bar, so still have to fix it, but it's kind of, I don't know if I'm gonna like harvest the switches or not, but it's a cool little board. So thank you, CubeSite.
It does have some potential.
He's an OG and a half.
It's back.
And then I've got a lot of cool stuff coming in this week. We both do. So
absolutely got some blueberries on the horizon. Some other stuff. All right. So for me, mine's not necessarily like mail for me specifically.
Nor was it sent in the mail.
I met up with Drifting Bunnies this past weekend and picked up this. So this is the board that I will be building tomorrow night. This is the Austin Round 2 prototype, V2 prototype in E-White. Is mighty sexy looking. Very excited. I'm almost done lubing the switches. It'll have.
We could be Austin bros.
Yeah, dude, we can be Austin buds. But this is gonna be. It's gonna have Novel Keys creams in it, which is gonna be pretty exciting. They sound and feel good already, and they're not even in the board yet. So I'll be building this tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central. So just under 24 hours from now, I will be building this on stream, and we're gonna see how it is. I'm sure it's gonna be great because the Austin round 1 was pretty freaking good. So can't imagine anything less.
I can't say enough good things about the Austin. So if you guys keep an eye out on that, more details tomorrow. I believe it's like 2 weeks or a week from this Saturday. But I know the details will be more fleshed out tomorrow. But yeah, I'm excited to see that.
May 16th. There you go. 16th. From the man himself.
Put Zycos on Austin. That's an expensive board. And someone did that.
Yeah, someone did do that.
Not me.
I think they took them out after. Or I don't know. I don't remember.
I think someone said, oh, they took him out. And then I asked him and he was like, no. So, but I mean, that was a long time ago. So my body's ready for the 24 hours. Yeah, dude, it's going to be fun. So I guess we can get into that. Thank you to CYO for making the awesome graphic that you saw if you follow us on Instagram. And then there was also the graphic in our Discord. Thank you for that. So 24-hour stream starts Saturday at noon. It's going to be I'm sitting here, I'm like, God, all right, noon. It's like literally in 6 days. But no, you'll be there the whole time, Jeff. We're gonna be dueling out some Discord uh, roles for those who stay up. We'll have like a list, and we'll check and see who's been there. Because if you're there the whole time, you will get that role until the next 24-hour stream. So, but yeah. So, what do we got going on during the stream?
Man, let me get my schedule open here. We got quite a bit happening. Um, we've got a bunch of people coming on. We're giving away tons of stuff. Um, one of the things that we've talked about that we've kind of already announced. We'll go ahead and get the big daddy out of the way. Giving away a Rukia spot.
Hell yeah!
It's gonna be crazy. A couple things I'm really excited about. Sniper Bob, I don't know if he's here right now, but he had an idea of making like a quarantine pack, like a Mechs on Deck quarantine pack, and we kind of ran with that, and we kind of did something that we think is pretty cool. And we put together a pack of some of our favorite movies and books and snacks that you'll get along with some other cool stuff. So I'm really excited for those. I think that's a little bit unique. Maybe some of the ones that might not be super excited that they didn't win something else, but you get some pretty good entertainment value out of
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, and so we're gonna have. I think we have 2 of each, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna have like a Chewy pack and Osiris pack. This will be my favorite book and my favorite movie, and Osiris's favorite book, and Osiris's favorite movie, our favorite snacks, and little like something savory, something sweet, and then something keyboard related. So it'll get there. So it'll be Sniper Bob. Thank you if you're here. So we've also got tons of caps, artisans and regular key set caps. We've got Masterpiece. We have GMK, and then we also have some Infinikey grain, 2 sets of Infinikey grain to give away. So lots of artisans by CYO. We've got some artisans by Prime Caps as well, and that's not even all of it. That's not even everything that we're giving away.
We're giving away some desk mats as well as some Zap Cables DIY kits, then also an Ortho 75 kit, which is going to be pretty exciting.
So, and then we are going to if we are not doing it during this stream, because we still have to figure out some builds, and it's also kind of in flex time. So what we mean by that is last time we were very structured, and we didn't really like that. We want to kind of go with the flow a little bit more and see how things are going, and don't kill something that's working or kill something that's not working, basically. And so we're going to be giving away, it's not going to be anything super duper fancy. This is supposed to be meant for the person or someone who may be very new in this hobby and doesn't really have something like super duper fancy. Maybe they're trying to get into customs, or maybe that person has a friend that's trying to get into customs. We're going to be giving away a full complete board. It'll be a 5-degree aluminum plate, standard PCB. We're going to be building it with lilacs. And it's going to come with caps too. It's going to come with an older, but still very much an EPBT set. So if you can add Baby Yoda, we can throw in a Baby Yoda if we want. I'm not going to say no to a Baby Yoda giveaway. So we're also going to be giving away
a Baby
Yoda. But we want to give like the full experience out of the box. We're also going to try and work with Zap to see if we can get another cable for that. If not, we will ship it with the cable so that you can have that awesome mechanical keyboard experience shipped to you without having to worry about buying anything.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool little deal for someone. We're hoping that it goes to someone who maybe doesn't have anything at all, or is just looking to get, maybe get something a little bit better than maybe they've got a Ducky or Corsair or something. So hopefully we can introduce, as Brez just said, introduce someone to the hobby in a cool way. Give them
Mhm.
something cool and fun.
That's
kind of
premium too. I mean, those
yeah,
switches are they're solid switches, and the caps are PBT. They work fine. So they're actually sitting in a drawer right here. Um, so it is kind of. I mean, like I said, it's nothing fancy. This is an older 5-degree case. This is a caps that we've owned for a while, but we were like, oh, instead of trying to make a couple bucks off of these things that are not really super duper high end, why don't we give someone else that full experience of um, a mechanical keyboard, and why don't we just kind of give back if we can?
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things we have all this stuff kind of laying around that we're not doing anything with, so we might as well give it to someone who could really use it. But we've also got some really cool people coming to hang out with us,
Yeah.
like Dixie Mech, and me, you are you, Apiary, Keyboards, Langlandia, as well as a couple other people that we'll be making appearances. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna
Yeah,
be a lot of
absolutely.
fun.
And Alex Odos is definitely the other confirmed person. He's there at the bottom. He'll be doing wrap up.
He's gonna bring his energy to come help us make it through those last couple hours.
Yeah. So last couple things. So some of these are going to be sub goals. Some of these are going to be bit goals. So the bit goals we'll get into in just a moment. But we also have a really cool giveaway. So what I'm going to start saying is save your channel points, because we are doing a cool thing with the little channel points. So if you don't know the channel points, you can click on it and it'll highlight your message. And we've been tossing around ideas of what to do with those, as people kind of have a lot of them and only really highlight their messages. So what we're going to be doing is you can spend 43K ready to spend. So we're going to set a predetermined amount of channel points, and you can highlight a message, and we will take that message and we will write it on a desk mat. And as long as it is appropriate. So obviously, please, 43K, 73K to spend. So we're going to write all these messages on the desk mat, and hopefully by the end, it's just this really, really cool, 24-hour stream desk mat that has everything on it as a little memento for those who would want it. And we'll be giving that away. And that will be a cool Dixie desk mat. So, and then last but not least, I've talked about it some, but it is official. I've ordered the hair dye.
Oh wow!
So we'll be doing a bit donation goal, and if we hit a certain bit donation goal, I will be dyeing my hair as close to turquoise as possible. So will the desk mats be? It'll be one desk mat.
Yeah, it's gonna be a single desk mat because that'd be a lot of writing. I feel like it's already gonna be a lot of writing. So,
what'd you do for half the stream? Just a lot. So, but yeah,
so weird.
So, I mean, and it'll literally happen. Like, I will get up and go into the other room. Maybe not immediately, but like when the time comes, I will get up, walk into the other room, and start dyeing my hair. So not going to be bleaching my hair. So it's probably not going to be the most vibrant, but I'm going to do my best to make it look vastly different than what it looks like now.
No, Brez, he is doing it on stream. Well, I don't know if he'll physically be on stream. We might have to figure that out.
I don't think the process of me dyeing my hair is really we might have some pans to me in the bathroom doing it, because the bathroom is conveniently just right outside the door. But I don't think we don't really have the time slot in there.
Yeah.
To show me I've never dyed my hair, so
yeah,
it better be using Comic Sans.
You will be seeing it before the stream is done.
Yes.
If we hit that goal.
If we hit that goal, which I feel like we'll probably wind up hitting it.
We haven't even talked about what the goal is going to be yet. So,
but yeah, we're really excited. I know, right after the last one, we were like, God, I can't wait to do that again. But knowing what we know now, I can't wait to go through with it again.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a little bit crazy. We're going to have some stuff for y'all. So obviously, last time we did some games with the community, we're going to do a little bit more of that. We're going to have different people come on, hang out with us, and play games. And then obviously, we're going to let y'all also get involved in those. So it should be a really good time. It should be a lot of fun. So definitely come hang out with us this Saturday, May 9th at 12 p.m.
Very nice. So, topic for today. We are going to be talking about some new streamers. You've probably heard of them.
Yeah.
You've definitely heard of one of them. And if you haven't heard of the other, you will now, or you've at least seen his work. We're talking about Keycult and Salvin and the importance of their streaming.
Yeah. So everyone's used to the kind of content, the streamers that we've had for a while now, the past couple of years, sometimes longer than that, of just being like talk shows or just build streams, maybe showing off products that you get, just talking about products. But we haven't really had things that show you the behind the scenes. And now with Salvin and Keycult, and also with what we touched on between like what Mentorly, Bush, Alex Otos are doing, where they're talking about design, we're getting to see more of the background, more of what goes into making it. Because I think the only real ones I've seen before was like, I know Dixie did some packing streams and stuff before, but nothing necessarily to this level.
Yeah, and you know, with those were cool, but you know, he even said he's like, I'm not trying to do this. It was more just something to do while I'm packing stuff up. I know that was what Dixie thought, but it was, I mean, it's still neat, but it's at the end of the day, it's just packing boxes. Like, yeah, it's not very exciting, unless I guess you were the one that ordered it. But you know, it's nice to see. It's nice to see behind the scenes stuff, right? You know, we've always, Cyrus and I are always like huge fans of seeing behind the scenes stuff of how not I see the end product. How did you get there? And so it's kind of cool to see like how, you know, I honestly, I don't think I could have told you what a CNC machine looked like until, you know, Rick started talking about one in our Discord. Just because I never thought about it. I mean, I was like, obviously it's probably a big giant machine that has a bunch of drills in it, like, but I'd never seen one actually work. And so it's very interesting to see, you know, the process of this. Never would have thought water was used in a CNC machine and how important that stuff is. So not only am I interested in what's happening because they're making cool boards, obviously, but I'm also learning how the process of that is happening.
Yeah, and to me, one of the biggest things is that we're seeing like the difficulties of it too, right? Like, not everything has been 100% perfect. Like, I was watching Keycult stream the other day, and their engraver tool, it broke a little bit, right? Like, it went in and then it broke. It ended up working out, obviously, on that stream, but it's cool to be able to see everything that goes into making the products, because I feel like we spend so much time talking about the design, the aesthetics of the final product, the origin of things. We don't necessarily spend as much time thinking about the actual process because no one's really ever shared it, and few people have even been able to share it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so important to show failures and show mess ups, because it doesn't, you know, we've seen a lot of keyboard streamers and we see a lot of people who do it perfectly over and over and over. But you know, I was talking about this on my last stream because the goddamn space bar, like, not only was it not really working that well, but then it broke halfway through. Then I had to fix that and fix that. And I kept, you know, I made sure to tell people like, this is important because you need to see people who've done this a bunch of times fail. You need to you know, there's a reason that, there's a reason I have a box of T1s that have not seen the light of day because I overlubed the hell out of them. You know, there's a reason that there are boards that I have that I never use, or I didn't use and I wound up selling because I didn't think I did that great of a job on them. And failures happen. It's just a part of the game. And I think it's important for even someone that's like Keycult, where it's like, yes, Keycult makes perfect boards for what people consider perfect. They make perfect boards. But guess what? They also screw up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important.
And with this, with like the Keycult stuff and the Salvin stuff, you are getting to see firsthand what goes into a QC aspect of it, right? Which a lot of times we don't, you never get to see that, and they don't get to have the QC on the front end of like fixing something or changing something, making adjustments to the products before they get them the way they can now. Obviously, that's with them. That's because they've bought their own CNCs and they're able to manufacture their products in house. But it's just really cool to see the level of detail they're able to go into with streaming it and what they're able to put out there, the information that people are able to kind of see from that.
Yeah, and hopefully, I watched the Keycult one, and I hope it just gives people a sense of just kind of a sense of how much effort and how they're like, he's seeing that. I remember watching, and Jorge was like, God, it looks beautiful. And Right on the Bay was like, oh, well, there's a mistake here and there's a mistake here. And he was just like, shut up, it's beautiful. Like, and it's funny to one, see that relationship work. But two, it's we can't really tell because it's all just raw aluminum. Like there's nothing really much to it. But he's not only afraid to not afraid to start pointing out flaws. He's doing it in front of a lot of people. He had over 100 people looking at that stream, and it was the first unveiling of a put together Keycult 265. And I just props to the guys. Like they're doing what not many people are doing. Literally, it's just them and Salvin. Yeah. And Salvin also has he's doing a lot of work, and I know he he was talking about we were chatting the other day, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna be talking about this, and he was like, oh God, you're gonna tear apart the quality of my stream. And I was like, God no, man. Like you're taking these really, really cool videos, and I mean, obviously there's a face cam, which is a face cam, and then you're taking a video of the CNC machine that's working. I don't care if it's kind of grainy. Like no one is doing this. You are setting the precedent for how this is being done.
Yeah. And it's like one of those things that as far as like the actual quality of it goes, it's like it doesn't have to be great, and we just want to see this process. It looks good. Shout outs to RTX Voice for making it to where he can talk and you can hear him fully and not hear the loud CNC machine. So shout outs to RTX Voice NVIDIA. Good job.
Good job, NVIDIA. Yeah, we have tried that for what we do. We just kind of keep it quiet, so we're not sitting there with a buzz saw in the background. But yeah, it's where technology has gotten us to, and now we're able to see someone literally explain what is happening, like, and why it's making certain cuts and certain movements that's happening at the same time. And he's literally just walking you through it, standing. You can literally see him standing in the face cam, at least on the Keycult one, standing, looking at it, watching it, and being like, yeah, it's this and this and this. And it's just like, I don't like, if you had told me this a year ago, I would have probably laughed. But Keycult went from literally a month or two ago taking videos on their Instagram of them wheeling in the CNC machine to doing streams and making an entire board, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's just nuts to see all of this stuff happen and to see the level of detail we are able to see as a community now. Because one of the things is like, well, what does the community get out of this, right? Like what do we as a community get out of being able to watch these streams, being able to watch people design? and we get a higher understanding of what it takes to make these products, which in turn gives us a better appreciation for what these people do, and how hard it is. Because you can
Mhm.
see, like what Mosaic Dev just said, where people are running into issues, they're running into problems, and they're having to fix it, and they're having to do it live, and you get to see their thought processes on things and how they approach it, and whether or not you understand what's going on, it's just cool to see it happen.
Mhm. Yeah, and on top of all of this, it's just there are people that there are people that design, and then they send that to a CNC machine or a factory that will make them. Um, and we're starting to see now, that's what Osiris has been saying forever, which is we're seeing community members who are making these things. A lot of the people in the factories, they're not really, they're just people that know how to work a CNC machine. The CNC workers and keyboard community members crossover is not super duper crazy. Um, so as you might imagine, but it's cool to see someone who has that much vested in the hobby and also be doing this. So you have someone like Keycolt who's like, screw just designing our own boards. We want to be a part of the entire process, start to finish. So, and that's something special. Like really, that's something that we're probably not going to see that many of. I don't think that many people want or even have the capital to be able to just go buy a CNC machine and start machining stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't think so, but what's cool is that maybe some people that are in the community might see this and say, I want to do that.
Yep.
Like what Jax just said, I want
Yeah.
to. They get inspired by this, and then they go and they buy their own CNC machine, and then they end up learning about what is going on, what it takes, and then all of a sudden we have a group of community members that are making the products that the community needs. One of
Mhm.
the things you've always talked about that's beautiful about this community, even as it grows, is that we have, you know, products that are designed and run by vendors who are keyboard people.
Yeah.
Now, if we can start getting things made by keyboard people, then that just takes it to a whole nother level to where we can be even more like honestly nitpicky on the products that we get, because you
Mhm.
can really have your hand in that uh, the success of that product and what it looks like and what the finished product is that you're not going to have if you get something from uh, from overseas or even from an American manufacturer that's not your own hands. Also, Talisman,
Mhm.
thank you for the 111 bits. Hope you are doing
Yeah.
well.
Absolutely. And the other thing, that's not to say I don't want to take anything away from the people that are doing custom acrylic boards, because they're doing very awesome things with a laser cutter, but that's also a lot less expensive of an entry point. Materials are a lot cheaper. Now, obviously, if you buy a crap ton, but plastic is, I don't know a whole lot about the differences between. I mean, I know metal's harder than plastic. About working with them, I know that they're both equally different, and equally difficult. But when we are talking about making, this 6-7 pound aluminum keyboard and brass keyboard, it's just something we haven't seen. Where acrylic, that seems to be much easier. You can find universities in your area or people that go to a university and go use a laser cutter, and you could potentially go make your own, which is fantastic. It's something completely different when you're doing it with like a metal case. So I don't want to take anything away from like SM keyboards or Clavier. Those guys are doing great work. But for this to happen, and they haven't really streamed their stuff, obviously. But for this to happen on these high end, machined metal on stream is just a whole, it's a whole nother level.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a it's different because it's like it it's something that we've never been able to do before, really. Like we technically have always been able to do it, but no one's been ambitious enough to really start doing it themselves and do it to the level that is being done now.
Mm-hmm. So, and then the other kind of big thing too is, while we see Keycult doing Keycult boards, you're sitting there kind of going like, all right, cool, but I might not ever be able to get a Keycult board. You're seeing something like Salvin, who is doing boards for everybody, including Keycult. So you're looking at boards that you might be able to actually watch. You might legitimately, there's a chance that you could watch your own board be made, which is awesome. I think that would be the coolest thing in the world if he was like, I'm making this board for this order number or whatever, or just this person. If you're able to contact, I don't think he would probably do that because I feel like the pressure would be too much. Like, come watch your board and then just everything fail. But there's a potential that you watched that your own board that you ordered be made that day, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool. And plus it opens up, like, they do have their commission services, and you can, if you do commission, that's obviously a very expensive price tag for those, and it costs a lot of money to get into one of those commissioned Keycults. But now there's a possibility you could watch them make it and watch them engrave your name on it. It'd be pretty freaking cool, if I had to say so myself.
Bubblehead Brett, thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. But if you do want to hold on to some of those bits,
yeah,
for the Saturday stream, we're not going to take offense, because if you want to see my hair turn turquoise, save some bits now. I'll be doing that for commissions. People can watch. See, that's cool, and that's something that like that doesn't happen with like anything. You can't, even like shoemakers are not going to be like, hey, you want to see these custom shoes made? No, they're going to, because they a lot of people are afraid to show their mistakes. I think that's kind of the kicker here, is that people are afraid to show mistakes. Where we've seen now that Keycult's not afraid to say, hey, we screwed this part up. It's not, while we see custom boards being built, that service is a lot different than like, hey, we're going to machine you this hunk of metal and send it to you as a completed board. So it's just crazy. Like, it's crazy to me to think that the hobby has grown to the point where now we have people streaming the creation of a keyboard instead of just the build.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched these, definitely go check them out on Twitch. Salvin's is Salvin CNC, and then obviously Keycult is just Keycult, and you can check out them building their boards, or machining their boards, and then kind of putting the pieces together. And then, of course, we have lots of other people that are doing similar things like this, but on different aspects. There's, Gondo and Mr. Keebs are doing their PCB design that they've had a couple episodes of, which highly, highly recommend, as well as Mentorly and Alex Otos are currently designing a set together, and they're doing it basically all on stream, which is awesome. And then Heine Bush is also showing his PCB design. He's done a couple streams showing his design work and that side of it as well.
Yeah, and I believe even SwitchMod came on and designed a board on stream. So it's filling these it's like a hobbies within a hobby, right? So it's, you could appreciate keyboards but not care about how they're made. You can, send your board to someone. There are plenty of people in this hobby who are like, I like the look of this super high-end board. I like the look of these caps. These switches seem like everybody else really likes them. So sure, I'm going to send all this stuff to someone, have them build it and send it to me, because I don't really care for the building part. And that's totally fine. They're equally a part of this hobby as everybody else. But for the people who like, I very much enjoy build streams. I've also seen a lot of build streams. So if someone's going, hey, I've got this build of a, board I've already seen a couple times, like a tofu or something, or here, I'm going to have you machine this board out of a brick of aluminum. I'm like, right now, yeah, that to me is more entertaining. And luckily for us, I guess they stream on weekends or earlier in the day, so I very much appreciate that. But it's also really cool because right now we're all kind of sitting at home, and these these very interesting streams pop up in the middle of the day. I'm like, hell yeah, I get to watch something like that.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. I hope that they continue to do it and they continue to uh, show it after they are after the Rona times are done.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there are 5 simultaneous keyboard streamers. Monday's a popular day, man. You have to after the weekend, you're just like giddy to do something. So, but de-quarantined. Try and start a new. Yeah, I know, and yeah, that's its own other thing, scheduling streams. But no, props to Salvin, props to Keycolt. They are really spearheading the idea of like changing the way this hobby is and the way things are done in this hobby. I think Keycolt already has done so much for this hobby, and now they're just like Keycolt's like hold my beer to Keycolt. Like they're like we've already changed so much. Screw it. Let's see what we can really do. So, and then Salvin, of course, as well. He's doing all these awesome streams, and he kind of exploded out of nowhere. It seems like he just kind of popped up and was like, "And I'm Salvin."
Yeah. Well,
and
it's cool.
He's already got a group buy going. He's got caps and little like artisan caps. Or not. I guess they're artisans. I don't.
I mean, yeah.
It's kinda a one-off cap. He makes caps. He makes caps.
I don't know. Hey, they're metal. They're caps. They look cool. They come in really, really cool boxes. If you haven't seen the boxes that his caps ship in, they're pretty freaking cool looking. Very, very functional. They like open up and
they like flower out.
Yeah, they like flower out. It's cool. It's cool. And I agree, Jeff. Not that I did want a Keycolt before, but I feel like seeing the process, it makes it so much more personal. It makes it to where I want to support that even more. I see it gives you the aspect that you never get to see of what goes into it, of what it takes to make something happen. So it really makes you appreciate that more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And like, whether or not this slows down or speeds up production, I know that, it's just cool to know that like, this is manufactured in the US. These are like, there are not many boards manufactured in the US. And in fact, not actually. But these are keyboards manufactured in the US by people that you can talk to. That's something that we just don't see a whole lot. And so obviously they've said that the number ones are still going to be made at the original factory. Number threes are going to be made with Salvin. Number twos at home with them. But those number twos, I think we might even see those kind of skyrocket in price even more from what they are, because now it's like, oh, well, did you get one of the old ones or do you have one of the new ones? Yeah, and then like which one is the number on the number twos? Which one is it going to be? Like, is it going to be this, or are they going to? I guess I am curious to know. I know they're making the number 2 65s or 65 number twos or whatever they're going to be called. But I'm curious to know when they start making like number twos, like the TKLs. What's that going to be? Are the older ones going to be? Is there going to be this big like argument about which one's better?
So. Yeah, which one is manufactured better? Not that the Keycolts are manufactured at super high level. From
it's bound to happen,
but yeah, like people are going to.
It's going to have people are going to have
comparison.
Very intense opinions about it, when really they don't need to have the opinions at all, because you're talking about like, oh, this extremely premium whiskey versus this extremely premium whiskey. Like, it's like, cool, I don't care. I would be happy with both of them, with either one.
Well, it's not like it's going to make them stop doing what they're doing. It's not like people saying, oh, well, the number twos from 2019 are better than the number twos from the factory, but even then it's just going to fuel them to try to make their product better if there are shortcomings. But I honestly, with the level of quality control that I know that they have as a company, it's not going to get there. Like,
oh yes, time is free. I'm loving this little argument. So there is that common thing where people assume that you shouldn't, as a keyboard hobbyist, you shouldn't make any money off of any of your work. This is all complete bullshit, by the way, just so everybody knows that I'm not making this, but it's, you know, I will never understand that. We had a small, we noticed a small thing about like, the other day we were discussing about how people were assuming that people shouldn't make money off their stuff or make more money off of their stuff, which is complete horseshit. Especially if you look at someone like Keycolt and you still, well, I should get that. No, are you in there? Are you freaking literally staring at the CNC machine and building it? Fuck no, you're not. Like, yeah. You're not. So your time is not more valuable or less valuable than anybody else's. So pay your damn bills.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like, you don't think that the people that are spending the time making the products, designing them, deserve any profit. Go watch a Keycolt build, the Keycolt streams or the Salvin streams, and see what goes into it from a design standpoint. Obviously, I know a lot of places they're not in there manufacturing it themselves, but they still have to make changes in Fusion and their design software to make it happen. These are things that drive up the prices for vendors for things. You know, sometimes things happen. You got to redesign everything. You've got to make a small change that then messes up 4 or 5 other things, and now you spend all this additional time. People deserve to make money on things, because when people start making money on things, and it's not like they're making a ton of money, but when people start making money on things, there's a little bit of motivation that comes along with making some money and then being able to go full time and then being able to make it your entire life. And then you're dedicated to the products that you produce.
Yeah. And like, one, Dixie, please don't pull out your lovely hair. All right. You're the only other guy in this entire hobby that comes close to the luscious locks. All right. Also, you should dye your hair red. I would pay a lot of money to see that. We're talking about hair dye. Dixie with just bright red Dixie hair, on point. Anyway, it's it's one of those things that I really appreciate. You know, as I have done a group buy. I've ran the numbers. I've had multiple discussions. I talked with Eric about money and all that, you know, of what is your time actually worth. And, you know, when you start crunching numbers and start doing a lot of different things, it's kind of like, well, how much time am I'm literally spending time trying to see how much time my time is worth. like, like, you know, it's tough to say. And so anybody that goes on and starts talking about, you know, how dare you, like the whole auction process, right? Like, we have Victory auctions or just raffle type auctions or, you know, whatever, where it's, you know, goes to the highest bidder. I'm like, why do you care? Do you want it? Too bad. That's a free market. They can sell whatever they want at whatever price. And if you can't afford that price, tough. Like, sorry. You know, that's why do you think Keycolt? No, and not everybody's running around with the Keycolt, because Keycolt custom commissions are not $600; they're over $2,000 for a reason.
Yeah,
because they want to be able to continue doing cool stuff, like buy a CNC machine and stream it. Like, Keycolt commissions paid for that.
Yeah.
So you getting a Keycolt at cost is not going to help bring in these other awesome things.
Well, for the most part, it's not like the Victory auctions that have happened. That's not the only way that you could get the board. right? Like
Yep.
most of the time victory auctions are done as a additional like way to purchase a board, right? You have your way that you can, just buy a first come first serve or raffle or whatever in certain spots, and they have their, extras after, and then they also have like a victory. And it's like, okay, so you're just upset that you didn't get in the raffle or a B stock. And I get it. You want your stuff, but hating on the victory for something is like that's the way that they're making a lot of money, like a lot of their money. That's like they're making profit. Like that's how they make profit. Yes, people pay a ton of money for something, but in reality, people are going to pay a ton of money, if that much, if not more, on the secondhand market. So why shouldn't the people who spent the time designing and building the board that people are enjoying, why shouldn't the people who put in the effort get that money?
Right.
Like
it
we don't
just
deserve
it
it
baffles
to
me.
flip. Like
it fucking baffles me. It's like if someone came over and grabbed something that you really like your TV, and you spent $500 on it, and then you go over and someone comes in and goes, I'm willing to spend $1,000 on that TV. And then the next person comes in and goes, I'll spend $2,000 on that TV. You're not going to fucking give it to the guy that said $1,000 because he was there first. You're going to give it to the guy that has the highest bidder because you want to make money. Like, that's just being a human. Like, and the other thing too is you're giving the opportunity for people who may have saved up for it or may have done something differently. Like, maybe you don't have the fastest internet, but you might have saved up for a while and you might have understood that, you might have been able to buy something at a much higher price. That's giving more spots available, because I guarantee you, if they didn't run a victory auction and it sold out in 12 seconds, like the TGR Jane V2 had 100 spots sold in 2 seconds. And people still bitch about that. I'm like, well, if they had done a victory auction, would you have been happier? No, probably not. People are never going to be happy, but get over it.
yeah.
Like, there are other boards. There are other great boards, just because a company or a person wants to value their time and get a little more money and see what people are willing to pay, that doesn't mean that and if you're that mad, don't get something from them.
Yeah. Well, and it's not like they're not being transparent with the fact that they want to do a victory or that they're going to do, because more often than not, in just about every situation, can't think of one off the top of my head that didn't do this. They disclose that they're doing a victory auction and how many spots they are victory auctioning when they are announcing the group buy. Like, it's from the beginning. Like, it's not like they're like, you know what? We got all these boards. Instead of selling the extras, we're just going to victory auction. Like, no, they're like, from the beginning, we're going to do this many this is how many are going to be on the market. This is how many are going to be after, like a raffle or whatever. And then we're going to do this many as victory.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you can save. Like, if you are someone who's like, all right, hopefully I'll get something in the raffle or first come first serve, however they do it. But if I don't, I can save some money. I can expect to pay a certain amount for this victory auction at this later date, because victory auctions, I've always believed this, and to people who are runners and designers, please don't do victory auctions until you have the product. That would be, personally, that is, I believe in the victory auction once you have it in hand. Also, Jack Statics, thank you for the 5 gift.
Thank you very much for the 5 gifted. Jax is about to break in to the top 3 of gifted subs. So, but if you're wanting to give away some subs, or maybe wait until Saturday, because we do have some sub goals, which we definitely think are going to have some worthwhile to them. So absolutely. But yeah, it's, don't get mad at other people making money. Like that, at the end of the day, don't get mad for people making money. They're working harder. What is it doing to you that you have to feel the need to say something to someone that you're mad about them making money. Are they attacking you personally? No. Are they overcharging you your board? Or did no one came in and said you have to pay this much money for this board? They said if you want one, here's the price, or you can try and get in on one of the first come first serves. If you didn't get it, sorry, bad luck. Shit happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. And Zark, Zark. I don't know how to properly say the name.
I think Zark is.
I think Zark,
like a czar.
yeah,
Or Czar C.
silent T. Okay, Zark. I think he's right in saying people get mad because they see other people succeeding and they aren't. I think that's kind of it. I think they also just like people just want to naturally be upset about stuff. Like they just want to find a reason and they want to hold on to it. I think there's a very high level of entitlement. I feel like from certain sections of the community, they feel like they need to know everything that goes into it. I feel like they need to know what things cost, like the actual true cost. And I'm like, when are you ever going to get that? Like in the real world, when are you ever going to be able to go somewhere and say, I need you to tell me what the cost is of this? Like realistically, half the time, people that work at the place that you're going to buy like products, the person working there doesn't even know the true cost. Like it's reserved for like certain people.
Mosaic, we will get to your question in just a moment. And what we were quoting is poor Yorick. We do have some people we have seen, especially in the past couple days, but anytime we saw it with the Bauer auction, and we saw it with the announcement of a custom one-off Austin auction, which people got mad that it was an auction. And how dare Drifting Bunnies and Dixie Mech make money for their hard work? Screw them for trying. Right? I those people, these boards that they're making should be worth even more than that. And it's just insane to me that people are getting so up in arms about other people when they make money. So yeah, that's what we were talking about.
And Brez, to touch on what you said, yes, when you're talking about group buys, we're talking about the auctions, which like in theory should have your product in stock when you're auctioning it. So it's like people are like getting upset about not. Yeah, I don't know. People are just getting upset for wanting to be upset, but that's life.
Such is life. Mosaic. Yeah, guys, if you guys want to ask a bunch of questions, by all means. I'm feeling talkative tonight. Talkative and off the cuff. How can an artisan maker prevent this of price gouging? What do you mean as an artisan maker price gouging?
Not artisan, artist / maker.
Sorry, I can't read. I can talk, but I can't read. I mean, you can sell it for more, and I guess you're going to piss off somebody, right? Or you're not going to make money. So you can either not make money and be mad at yourself for not making more money, or you're going to piss off somebody. And at that point, I remember Drifting Bunnies was talking, and he was like, "How do you respond to this?" I was like, "You don't. You just let them wither away. Like, who cares? Don't. If you are designing a group buy." A board for group buy or key set or whatever, and people are coming in bitching you about something like that, just middle finger up in the air. Because at that point, that's something I'm like, I don't want you to have my board anyway.
It's just funny because I had dinner with my family the other night, and my dad was trying to I was trying to explain to him the hobby in a little bit more detail and the way that the market and the economy of keyboards is. And he just he couldn't grasp it just because of how everything happens. Like, we live in a non-existing segment of the world where everything makes money. It's just crazy to think you buy a keycap set for $130, $140. yes, you have to wait for it, right? I understand the group buy method. So I know people are going to be like, but it's group buy, it's different. I get it. But for you to be able to turn around and sell that for like 150% of what you paid for it is insane. Sometimes it's even more than that. For keyboards, you could buy a key colt for like 700, 800 bucks up to 1,000, turn around and sell it for like twice, or sometimes, depending on which one it is, 3 times the price.
Yep.
Insane. That shouldn't happen. That is not how the world works with usable goods, right? Like things that can get damaged. It's not like when you buy a car, you drive it off the lot, that car is now instantly worth like half of what it was worth before. Maybe 75%, depending on what it is.
But yeah, and Talisman brings up, this is something that I always think about Mr. Keeves bringing up, which is perceived value. So, you know, if I'm willing to pay $900 for a Fiel, that's not on the guy that sold me a Fiel for $900. You should be mad at the guy that was willing to pay $900 for a Fiel when he could have gotten it for cheaper. So I'm not saying go get mad at people, but what I am saying is perceived value is a thing. If someone like I value my Baka as, if you know, there's a limit. If someone wants to come up to me with a high number and be like, would you sell it? I'd probably be like, yeah, I'd have a hard time saying no to that. But for what I paid for it initially, no, I wouldn't sell it because I think it's worth more than that. I think that it's, you know, it shows a lot more to it than what it is. My Fiel, I think my Fiel is worth slightly more to me than what I paid at Group Buy. I'm not going to sell it at Group Buy, but I'm also not going to go sell it for $1,200 because I know the Fiel is not worth $1,200. It's a great board, but it's not. But once again, perceived value. You know, if someone had, you know, I have my list of Grail boards, all right, and it's a Fiel, a Singa 75, a Keycolt 160, and a TXCP V1. All right. I'm probably going to wind up spending more money than those are worth because those are worth a lot to me. Those are boards that I feel like that is like the perfect culmination of things that I love about keyboards in those boards. If you have a TXCP V1 you're looking to sell, let me know.
Yeah, and I see people talking about how like the market is a lot like things like shoes, cars, clothing, stuff like that. It is in a sense, but like
we have way less failures.
Well, the thing is that you could miss on shoes. There's not really missing on keyboards. You could miss, like, in terms of like you could try to purchase something as an investment and then it not pan out, right? Like there's plenty of Jordans that people are like, man, this one's going to be, you know, they're going to sell for 180 and it's going to be $500 in 2 weeks. And then it doesn't happen. But there's also the aspect of like, sometimes shoes go for like 180 new and then they're like $500 on the aftermarket. And then like 2 months later, they're back at like 200.
Yep. It's hype.
Like they have, like that is a much more liquid market. Whereas
Beanie Babies.
Whereas keyboards are very, it is significantly more consistent. And it's crazy how it works. Like things don't like go down because they're older. They go up because they're older. When in like reality, like a board from 2017, even 2018 is like probably less good. More often than not is not going to be as good or feature packed as a board designed in 2020 or 2019.
Well, what's cool too is there are a handful of shoes that people will still buy if they're used. I could sell this Austin right now. Now the Austin's what, 5 months old? I could sell this Austin right now for more than I paid. Not going to because I love the Austin. And I've used it probably a total of 2 months of use, maybe less. I do switch between a lot of my keyboards. But let's say 3 to 4 weeks. You go wear a pair of shoes that you spent that were hype shoes and wear them for 3 to 4 weeks, you're not getting that fucking money back because those are officially used and abused. Crease your damn shoes.
Yeah, like, and let's be real. Like, if you want to talk about like keycap sets, like You throw away the band roll and a keycap set and the tray, like you lose like what, $10 maybe?
$10. But
you throw away the box to a pair of
shipping anyway.
Yeah, you throw away a box to a pair of like Jordan 1s, you lose like $300 on like a hype pair of shoes. Like if you've got a pair of off-white Jordan 1s and like UNC blue and you don't have the box, you just like cut your profit in like you cut like 25% of your profit out.
Oh yeah.
Because people don't want that.
Yep. So yeah, this hobby is quite strange in that. Mosaic, if you're Mosaic, are you still here? I want to make sure you're here because you asked this question and we did not get to it. So Mosaic, just give me like a yeehaw in chat.
You could have a show off.
He is here. Show off. Yeah, I'm down to show off. We could. Do you want us to do like mail day and show off our boards?
Yeah, I'm down.
Very soon, I think we're gonna make like a little video. We're just waiting on. There's like 2, 3, at least 4 boards that we're waiting on. Combined, 4 boards that we're waiting on, and once those come in, we're probably gonna do a big like, here are our builds thing. So, but yeah, Mom, do you want to go first?
Sure, I can go first.
I'll get ready. I'll get my other stuff.
Let me grab a couple things.
Whoop.
Okay. All right. How you doing, chat? Make sure some of these are a little bit. Some of these do have a little bit of dust on them. So get that off real quick.
Hide your shame.
Shame is like, I mean, I got enough keyboards that I same one.
It really be like that.
But I also don't put them in cases because I want to be able to use.
I put mine in a drawer now, so I've got like literally a drawer. Alex Odos, what's up, dude?
What's up, Alex? How you doing?
How was your stream, man? I tuned in for a little bit
as well. Mainly because Chewy is like, you got to come watch. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go in chronological. I acquired them.
Ooh, good idea.
So first up, we have my Orange 75. Alex Otis, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 3 months. Appreciate it. This is a Mao White Orange 75 with Hyperfuse Origins on it. This has Xylent V2s, 67 grams in it. Feels good. Sounds like a wet fart. That's silence, though.
We have a list that we're working on, like a Google Doc that we're going to have like a command for. So, like, we are working on that. It will be done soon.
And by we, he means I haven't filled it out, so it's mine.
My half's completely finished, and this will be.
Nova, yes, that it is always the color. It is always like a grayish white. It is more gray than white, I would say. Next up is my.
Yes, we will add pictures.
Next up will be my TX60. I think.
That is, in fact, the
TX60. Well, I was like, wait, which one did I get? TX60. The angle for the Orange 75 is 0. There is no angle. TX60 in antique copper. Big old fat weight on the butt there. It has GMK minimal on it with some accents from the Icon mod white on black on white extension kit. This has Zelio 67 gram Zelio V1s in it. I like the way this looks. If I had to part with one of my boards, honestly, this would probably be the first one that I would let go. just because I have the Baka now, and so that kind of replaced this a little bit for me. That one. Next up will be, this doesn't actually have keycaps on it right now. This is my Sirius with Nolive creams in it. This is an awesome, awesome board. This is one of my favorite boards from last year. All palm plate, excuse me, with an ANSI PCB. I love it. Great board. It doesn't have caps, but great. And then, I guess technically I got this one next. Well, I'll have to go get my last one. Baka, number 9, in OD green with GMK olive. It's got lilac switches in it. Xerox stabs. I built this actually a couple weeks ago. I've had it for significantly longer, just haven't built it. Then this is not actually mine. I still have this for just to mess around with and kind of. This is the Wrecked 1800 by Cannon Keys. These will be coming out soon. It's got 9s on it with OVs in it. Looks and feels fantastic. FR4 plate, which is nice. It's my only FR4 plate. And then the newest of the bunch is my Bauer with GMK 8008. Brass base, palm plate with MOV switches in it, and inner PC. This is one of my favorites right now. Been switching out between this and the Baka. That butt. The Dixie build, yes. It is the Dixie build. While Chewy goes, I'm going to go get my last board because I totally... So.
Oh, yeah. That was one sitting out. So, well, I can't really go at the moment because I'm a small, tiny little camera, but I will fill this time with a big picture of Osiris's chair. There it is. Now we're nice and large. So this is like barely put together right now because I was working on it, but this is my OSA. It's got a bunch of switches missing because I've been testing out which switches to put in. I've got Zycos in it right now. But it's literally like not even screwed in all together. But I was trying to feel out what switches I wanted to put on there. And then actually literally the day after I got the OSA. Oh, is this? It's been recolored since. This is my Fiel with the original Zycos that I had. This is, I switch between this and the Baka the most. So yeehaw. And then I can't remember. I want to say the Baka came next. So this is the Baka with Holy Jesus switches with GMK Mizu. It's number 1. So it would be weird if I didn't have that. Shortly after that is the Austin with 9s. It's got Holy Pandas. Got my little row of bears. This is my Get Shit Done board. What paint color is the Baka? It is Stormtrooper white.
Baka, not yellow.
Oh, Baka? I don't remember.
Blue.
I can look at that. I can ask. It is a type of navy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's not. It wasn't really made to match anything, but I like the fact that it doesn't match anything. It kind of sits in between the blues. So show the back of the Austin. My weight, I have not cleaned. So it's kind of got these little marks on it. I just haven't cleaned it in a while. So looks rough right now, but I just need to take some metal cleaner to it. So that's just because I stand it on these things that have rubber and it just rubs off some. I just have to clean it. And then next up, this is my wife's board. She's got 2 others. but one is not built at the moment, and the other is just deep in the closet. This is the Bauer by Dixie, the aluminum bottom one. Zycos, GMK Tokyo Nights. The sport sounds amazing, and I love listening to her type on this the whole time. Not mine, but there it is. And I'm sure she's happy to have a keyboard again because I totally just like took it off her desk without asking her. And then this one, which I've used for a total of 10 minutes because it is loud and not friendly to other people in the room. Also, like, I mean, it's cool, but like this backspace, like, what even is this? How am I ever going to use this backspace? So, and then I've got a Singa coming up, but that's going to be built this weekend. So excited for that. Yeah, I've got this little drawer now on my Alex drawers, and it fits 75 and a 60% sideways, like perfectly. You just pop it out. I know you got two of them.
I do have two of them.
It's just like convenient that you can just be like, boom, keyboard. So
this is the last board that I, because it's never here. It's only here because I don't work right now. I don't go to work. This is my OSA. This is my work board with GMK waves. It's got 78 gram Zelio V2s. Also, number 920. So shout outs to Chewy for making the number 9 happen for me. I love this set, the way it looks on this board. And I do need the Lord of Saliva Molder V3.
Love potion number 9, exactly. So what future boards are we excited for? I've got I can't tell you how many times I've pulled out the Singa and thrown in a Switch in it just to like listen to it. So really excited for that. And then I've got I've got a private by TKL that I was in that I'm really, really excited for. And then is a V1 actually, Wind Keyless V1. And then some other things I can't talk about quite yet. I can't even really allude to. And then there's a surprise for somebody on this channel that's sort of a surprise, but not really. That we're not talking about quite yet.
Yeah, that.
But I know he's excited.
I'm very excited for that. I don't actually have any other boards yet. I need to get a TKL.
But nothing at the moment. But
nothing at the moment, other than
the surprise.
I'm excited for the Evolve.
Yes, that's the new changes to the Evolve is amazing.
Evolve, if Nathan Alphaman is in chat. Love the changes. I love the new sides. It looks fantastic. It already looked great before. I was into it before. Even more into it now.
The Evolve. Oh, sorry. Luminous. God, how could we forget about Luminous? It's going to break the keyboard world open. I'm totally... If you weren't here last week, I am completely joking about that. Sorry. Please feed your addiction so I can live vicariously through your purchases. Maybe. We've got cool stuff coming in. It's just not here yet. So.
To take some time.
And patience.
I'm switching from the Baka back to the Bauer. So, any suggestions for a budget E-White board?
Tofu.
Yeah, Tofu.
$108. $108 for Tofu.
Lots of plate options.
I think Zelios, like if you do like a Zelio with a stainless steel plate, like while it's not, Zelios aren't as budget friendly. Ooh, actually, I might suggest Blueberries if you can get your hands on them. Although they did sell out in like 30 minutes. But, you know, what I would spend the most money on is going to be switches. I think that's the most worthwhile. But I mean, $18 plus 35. So what's that? I'm going blank on math. Like $53.
Yeah.
So for plate PCB case 108, so 161. I'm probably just butchering these numbers. I apologize. 161 and then $60 in switches, so 221, and then what? Keycaps, whatever you want.
Yeah, you can. I mean,
caps can range. So
caps can range. The tofu. I would just get a tofu. Tons of different plate options. You can get stainless steel. You can get brass. You could get polycarb. You could get carbon fiber. You get whatever plate material you want. If you want flex, you can get flex. If you don't want flex, you can get stainless steel or brass. And then, yeah, pick up if you want some inexpensive switches that are pretty good and you want linear. Try to find some of the JWK or Duroc linear switches like alpacas, mauves, all the other different versions of them. Yeah, tactile is probably the best. Like stock tactile is still going to be Zelio V2s, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He's already got Tangi's coming.
Tangi's coming. Okay, so yeah, GMK Classic Blue. I think the tofu. The tofu is your best bet. You might be able to get. It's a little more expensive, but I think will be a lot better of a board. Is the Clippa S extras are going to be going live soon. So I think if you've got Tangi's coming already, like you already spent, the Clippa S is probably going to run you around 300, 350. So I know that's not as budget friendly as $108. So what, 150 for the whole board, but it's just going to be a lot better in my opinion.
Or I mean, if you're looking at 65%, you could also check out like a KVD 67 Mark II. Those are awesome boards for pretty inexpensive.
They should be restocking soon. I think I remember reading somewhere where they're like, it'll be right around the corner as a redo. I know the Mark II has a lot of people have really, really enjoyed that board. So,
and I think the Type X from Mechanisk is coming out soon, which will be even less expensive. I think it. I don't know if it'll come in that right white color, but that's also one to be on the lookout for.
What do you guys think of the Fat Boy? I
don't know what you're talking about.
I have no idea. Are you talking about me?
You're talking about me?
I happen to love me and hate me at the same time. So it's a love-hate relationship. Let's be real. Well, let me just give this a look-see. Oh, what is going on in my ear?
The Fat Boy. This is interesting. It's Chewy. It's your layout.
It is the layout that I like. I am happy about this because I might not have to design a board now. I'm okay with this. I'm not, there's aesthetically, layout wise, it's perfect. I love this. Layout wise, this is exactly what I want. Actual design wise, not the biggest fan.
Yeah, I think. Okay. So we just got done talking about how things, the value of things and stuff, and like the pricing and stuff. I don't know if I would. For me personally, I wouldn't pay almost $500. This is very cool and it's very unique. Mounting system is insane. I also want to know why there is an option for XLR ports on the back. Like, what?
Why? Love the layout, but not really a huge fan of the execution of everything. So
I'm gonna have to read this a little bit more because I like the idea of this. I think it looks cool. but it is very expensive.
Yeah. Well, what are you building tomorrow?
Building product by Mr. Drifting Bunnies, the Austin V2 prototype, an E-white color. Don't worry, Drifting Bunnies, I'm not gonna drop it. Look at that. That weight. V2 prototype. This thing, I can already tell it's gonna freaking feel and sound awesome. It's got a lot of switches, so it's gonna take a while. It is, yeah, prototype. There are some scuffs. Looks pretty freaking good though.
Mm-hmm. Kaz-san, I will not be getting GMK Wild.
Yeah, I'll be building this tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central. So about 22 and a half hours from now. So come hang out with me. We're going to build it up. We're going to talk about it. I have all the info about the upcoming group buy for the board. So get hyped if you're looking to get an Austin. The red option does look awesome.
What is the difference between a regular Clippa S? Clippa S is a sandwich mount plate. So it's going to be completely different than a tray mount. Clippa, basically the PCB screws into the bottom of the case. The sandwich means that the plate, the basically the top and bottom pieces pinch the plate together. So it's going to be a lot stiffer of a feel, but it's also going to be a more even feel across the board. So yeah, guys, we've got Smith and Rune coming on Wednesday to talk about the Iron 165 as those start to ship out, as well as the Iron 180, which is something that I know both Osiris and I are very excited for. So be sure to check that out Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central, and then the 24-hour stream Saturday. Very excited. Be sure not to miss it. If you can't join us for all of it, we'd love to have you even just for some. Like I said, we got giveaways going on the whole day. It's going to be pretty crazy. Literally want the name only because it's got the board. And then, hey, why not, right? It's a good reason. They made it just for you.
Yeah. So yeah, come hang out with us. Be Saturday noon, Sunday noon. Giving away a bunch of stuff. We're giving away a couple keyboards, a bunch of keycap sets, a bunch of artisans. It is going to be a fun time, a fun 24 hours. I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. So first up, switchmod.net. You can go to switchmod.net/mechsondeck. Pick up GMK Frostwitch. Using that link will also get you 4% off any in-stock items such as lube and other stuff they've got going on over there. Zap Cables make some of the best cables in the business. Pick yourself up a DIY kit over there. If you liked the way that desk mat looked in that Fat Boy IC, that's from Zap Cables. Pick up the Flash desk mat as well as some of the other stuff they got going on. Dixie Mech, you can go to mechsondeck.dixiemech.com. Pick up Nautilus 2. It ends tomorrow, as Dixie just said. So please pick that up. If you use those links, it helps us out. Next up, Project Keyboard, mechsondeck.project.link. GMK Masterpiece, pretty freaking cool, pretty unique set in the with the Legends. You don't see a lot of Katakana Legends sets, so check that out if you like blue. I know Chewy's been kind of vibing with that set more and more.
I don't dislike it. So you can go to cankeys.com/mechsondeck. Pick up, I believe, I keep forgetting it's Deep Navy. GMK Deep Navy. I keep wanting to call it GMK Navy. GMK Deep Navy, great kind of basic set. Osiris and I are big fans of the basic sets. So be sure to pick that up. And then join Type Beasts newsletter, typebay.st, as I like to call it, typebea.st. So a lot of those guys are sponsoring the giveaways coming up this around the corner on the 24-hour stream. So thank you guys. And you guys using those codes, it just helps us. It helps us grow the channel. It helps us give back to the community. It helps us do things like the 24-hour stream. So thank you.
Yeah. Those are links that if you use them, it does give us money. Doesn't cost you any money. So
yep.
Shout
And
out to
even
you.
And Switch Mod.
Yeah, you get a discount.
It helps. You get money back. So absolutely. I think we're gonna raid Miss Mentorly, who we just had on, because I have the perfect thing to say. Barbagetti, more like barfagetti.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Talisman, for the 112 bits. Appreciate it very much, my dude.
You guys make sure come check out Osiris tomorrow. So I will take my break and watch the Austin and relax. I usually lurk on our own streams, so
yeah, me too.
But Macanova, thank you for the 69 bits. Talisman for the 112 bits. Later, guys, go hit up Miss Mentorly, Barbagetti, more like Barfagetti. She has what is she doing right now? Prepping some pins and attempting to make Zycos? Question mark. So there you go. But thank you guys very much, and we will see y'all later. Bye, Switch Tester.
No.